I know
You
that
don't want to take
it's...
the rest. That's perfectly fine.
Because I would use resolution if I could. Which, I gotta play for you. Insert news music.
Hey! We're trying something weird tonight.
So, a couple... What, weeks? Was it last month or was it weeks?
It might have been a month or two at this point.
We made a threat to Copper, and the threat was if he doesn't show up on a Tuesday, we're going to have debates of fun, interesting, nothing topics.
That's right. And unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us tonight.
That landed in the sink.
That was a beautiful shot. One point to you, good sir.
Those are my socks.
Man, you just gave that away on camera for free?
Okay. This is a hot mess, everybody.
Oh, you know it's going to be a hot mess, but we don't care. It's Tuesday night debate night.
Let's go. So, what's the debate topic, my resident expert, and explain why I'm saying this?
Well, tonight's debate topic, are werewolves furry? That's right. We are going to debating if werewolves are in fact furry or not.
And we're using the term furry very loosely. Furry, fursona, that whole schlemiel.
Yeah. Also, we came into this with no plan whatsoever, so this is going to be a clusterfuck of a nightmare.
So I'm going to try to let my autism free.
All right.
First thing we need to do.
I will yield the floor to you.
We need to define our terms.
All right.
Get rid of our title.
We have a whiteboard no one's going to be able to see, but that makes it exciting.
It's mystery until we get the light situation figured out. Okay, so.
I'll turn my phone light off for a moment.
Furries / fursona. What defines a furry / fursona? Our resident expert. Go.
Wow, okay.
Oh,
So,
wait, I'm Goot.
and I'm Poker Wolf. So, the difference between furries and fursona. So, furries are the actual people. So, fans of animals, fans of anthropomorphic animals. So,
Do they have to be anthro?
they do not have to be anthro. They can be feral, aka instead of walking on 2 legs, walking on 4. But furries, you at least have to have some level of intelligence, generally some level of communication. I mean, if you walk in and it's just a dog, that's just a dog. That's not a furry. It's got to be a little bit more than that. So think of your copyright mouse, his
Wishbone.
Wishbone. Wishbone is a good subject point. So Wishbone, he is just a dog.
But he talks.
But does he, though?
He either talks or he doesn't talk, but he goes on adventures.
He does go on adventures, but is that just Wishbone in his mind, or do his humans understand him?
Okay, then let me push it further down the line of anthro.
All right.
Peabody.
Peabody.
Sherman and Peabody. The old show.
I'm going to do a quick Google search to remind myself here.
Actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Peabody is an excellent example for a furry character. He's a talking dog. He's on 2 legs. He's wearing a sweater vest. He's got some human characteristics there. So he is very most definitely furry. If you're looking for a more feral version of... if you're looking for a more feral counterpoint to that, look at the universe of The Lion King.
Okay.
So that would be an example of feral characters, but it's a universe where all the characters are able to understand each other, able to have conversations, talk, have reasoning, logical thoughts, and have some morality in them as well. In terms of they're able to have opinions and justify those opinions. Now, what separates furries from fursonas is the fursona is an individual's personal reflection of themselves. So for me, I go by Poker Wolf. So my persona is a wolf that likes to play poker because I'm a simple fool.
I mean, it works. If it works, it works.
It works. And you're trying to do a little something here.
I am trying. What I'm trying to do right now is internet assistance. But I've never done this before, so.
There you go.
Ah! Eek!
Now, if you take that display and shrink it, like if you take the corner, or... There you go. Now you can just drag that and move it to somewhere better. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
So, yeah, Mr. Peabody there. See, he's got some intelligence on him. He's wearing a bow tie. He's wearing glasses. Those are some human characteristics.
This would be Wishbone the dog. That is a horrible zoo. There we go. That is Wishbone.
Yeah. Wishbone, he's just a dog. He's a smart boy. Yes, he is. He's a very smart and good boy.
He can wield a bow and arrow. Come on.
Those are fantasy scenes inside his own head. He is not able to verbally talk to the humans in his own universe. So I would argue that he is not a furry, but could be an inspiration for furries.
With the Lion King,
it's a universe where all the characters are able to talk to each other.
There's the hammock scene.
And who could forget the Simba and Nala in the bedroom eyes? I mean, who could forget that? I mean,
right. I'm not very studied on lions, but I'm fairly positive they don't give each other bedroom eyes.
Nice pun. Was that on purpose or accident?
That was 100% accident. I'm not even sure. Oh, fairly positive. Okay. So, there are a lot of different kinds of werewolves. OSP is a great 30-minute video of the history of werewolves. We didn't make it through the whole thing because we wanted to get started. But, go watch it. It's really good.
But it kind of gives a summary on werewolf types, which I believe can be broken down into 3 types.
So
first type,
animal. Arrow. What do you think? Anthro or human?
I would say the first type of werewolf is an actual wolf that can turn into a human.
Well, we're gonna put this is for furries.
Yeah.
So
okay.
In between the animal and the human, there's your furry line.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
on the furry line.
Yeah. There's a old meme that I'm kind of scared to Google image search.
I am not looking that meme up because I know my safe search is
how
off.
Furry.
I know my safe search is off. All right, so over here we're going to say werewolves. Now, obviously, I've got to start with my autismness. Werewolves, the simplest concept in the world, everybody knows this. Were is Latin for man, wolf is wolf for wolf.
Bow wow wow.
So that would be if Lil Bow Wow had a werewolf. Literally, all you've got to do to be a werewolf
Lil Bow Wow
is
this modern dated age.
is be a man wolf. The most man of man wolves. We're gonna say here you are on the wolf scale. Here you are on the man scale. Professor Lupin. His transformation is pert near human.
So, Professor Lupin is an example of a werewolf who is a man who was cursed by some means to become a wolf during a full moon. Doesn't have control over it. Doesn't really have a way to combat that.
He almost looks like a Wendigo.
In some mythics, pretty much is like it's you're a man, and it's kind of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes.
During the day, you are perfectly fine, but as soon as that full moon hits, you are a beast that is incapable of thought. So in terms of Dr. Remus Lupin here, I would say... Actually, before we get into that, what makes someone a furry?
Let me answer your question with a question. Does one need to have a fursona to be a furry?
And the answer to that is no, they do not. To be a I remember going to Anthrocon in around, I want to say 2013, 2014 era, and Uncle Kage, who is one of the foremost convention runners in the furry fandom, was doing a bit on stage where he talked about how everyone's meaning of being a furry is different from each other. So for one person, being a furry is going to conventions, having a lot of fun, drinking, partying, hanging out with people. Another person's version of being a furry is, I write a lot of fanfics. I like animals a lot. Another person could be, I am just a huge Disney mark, and I love all things Disney, and I just really, really like Goofy's feet.
Oh, the feet. Get the feet out of here. Now I'm thinking about that scene from the Goofy movie where his feet bust out of his shoes, and now I know there's a whole subset of people that were affected by that.
But basically, that whole thing breaks down into, if you identify as a furry, and you're a fan of anthropomorphic animals, which means animals with human-like characteristics, then you are a furry.
So what would define a fursona?
Fursona is just the creature that the human has created for themselves. So in the case of this one, it's very possible that Remus Lupin could be a furry. But knowing that character, he sees becoming the werewolf more of a hindrance than a help. He is plagued by becoming a werewolf. He doesn't like being a werewolf. So
he doesn't like it, so it can't be a fursona because he doesn't want it.
Exactly. It's something that he
resists. You've got to want it.
Yeah. Now that does beg the question, but now it comes to my mind thinking, well, if you suffer from a handicap like being blind or something, and it's a hindrance to you, that still means you're handicapped.
So it could be a fursona, but it needs a qualifier, an undesired fursona.
Yeah, so he could potentially be an undesired furry, but as the wolf form, if I recall right, he doesn't have any thinking capabilities when you're a wolf. It's just pure animal instinct. He's gone full feral at that point, right?
That depends on what medium you read. If you read the books, there is a line, I believe, where Sirius comments on how, being animagi, the four of them would just run around with Lupin, and he wouldn't attack them. He'd have no aggression towards them, and they could just chill and hang out with him and keep him away from people. In the movie, it appears literally the only thing that stops him is a very poor imitation of a werewolf's howl.
Huh. So, movie universe, maybe it's not furry, but book version,
definitely
there is some in knowledge there, but it may not be. But is he running along with them due to animal instincts, or is he actually conscious that these are his friends?
I wouldn't be able to say yay or nay to that.
Yeah.
Only that he didn't attack them and stayed with... You gotta remember, we're working with... Okay, I actually have an answer. I'm not gonna say animal instincts, because we gotta remember, one of them is a rat, one of them is deer. Yes, Sirius is a dog, and dogs are at least closer to wolves, so I would see them palling up, but a wolf and a deer just chilling, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, okay. Yep. So that's a really good point.
On the far animal side, just because this is one that comes to my mind. Let's see if he can show up. Where is your animal self? So you got the suspicious beggar.
Suspicious beggar.
We are moving down towards the animal. A lot more fur. If he was on four legs, I'd call him a very front-heavy wolf. But he speaks to you. In this form, he actually speaks to you, admonishing you for attacking him in the first place.
Okay, so is he fully sentient, or is he just,
Okay, so the extenuating circumstance here, he has the beast blood in him, causing him to change. He is a cannibal and is consuming the people that you send to the same place you send him. I'm not going to say he's all there, but he's there enough to communicate.
So what I'm hearing is a furry with a vor fetish.
Yes, and to double down on it, the change is by choice.
If the change is by choice, then he's a furry living the dream. He's a furry living his own dream. Like, that's just like, what I'm hearing is a more cannibalistic beast from Beauty and the Beast.
All right. Great example.
Exactly. Like, that is a... Yeah, pull up that handsome copyright bastard.
Okay. Beast.
Absolutely a furry. Without a doubt in my mind. He's got human-like characteristic. He's able to talk. He shows emotions. He's fucking Belle. Like...
On this case, I would... Okay, so the beast is not happy being a beast.
He's not happy being a furry.
I would say...
But
Belle's
most
a
furry...
He's a fursona.
Belle's a furry lover. Beast is someone who is stuck in their fursuit.
Obviously, the furthest on the wolf side, I can't believe I'm corrupting my algorithm, typing this in. That's a lot of... Okay, there's a good image. Ignore all the shirtlessness.
Okay, Twilight.
I'm putting this on the far wolf side.
This is more of an example of an example of the second type of werewolf. The first one being human being transformed into wolf against their will. The second one being a wolf being able to transform into a human. Because if I remember Twilight lore right, which I don't really know, to be fully honest here. They're wolves, and they turn into humans, and that's how they get along in society.
We need an expert. Angel! We need you!
Yes! This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
I love this. This is so much fun.
What's this fucking movie?
We need a lore expert.
Lore of what?
Twilight.
Can I be seen in the camera?
You are a shadow in the door.
You're a shadow in the doorway.
You are a shadowy creature.
Then I'll stay back here.
All right.
All right, a resident lore expert.
Twilight werewolves. Are they wolves that turn into humans, or humans that turn into wolves?
They are humans that turn into wolves. But from what I understand of the stories, they couldn't turn into wolves for like the longest time. But then when Edward's family came to town, they felt that their territory was threatened, and they started turning into wolves again.
And when in wolf form, they're able to have fully cohesive thoughts and talk and shit, right?
No, they can't talk. They can't have cohesive thoughts, and they can talk to each other through like a link in their like pack.
Okay.
heads, but they cannot speak out loud.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I would argue furry.
All right.
Yeah, I'd argue furry. They are humans. They are choosing to become wolves.
They also.
That's not cursed. That's
The picture behind Jacob there.
What?
They look like wolves. They're not like the people that you see other werewolves where it looks like he's a human on like 2 legs. They are all four legs. Bella even uses Jacob as like a bed at some point in time because they're training and she leans against him and falls asleep.
okay.
Well, there you go. Yet another fursona furry pairing. This
They're
seems to
also
keep
gigantic.
happening.
And this is the third type of werewolf there is. The ones that are human and they willingly choose to become wolves.
Now,
To make the changeover. So it's not a curse. They want to do it. They're willing to do it. And look at that face. Look at that face. He's happy to do it.
he's such a good boy.
He wants to do it doggy
He's
style.
such a good boy. All right, so I'm going to pull from a lot of sources, by which I mean 2.
That's a lot for you.
I've got sources. So, first source, we've got magic. By which I mean the human just becomes a wolf. Straight human, straight wolf, just go. Well, I guess. It's.
Shadows back really quick.
Huh?
Shadows back really quick. Because they don't always choose to turn into wolves. They can turn into wolves at will. But if they get angry enough, they will automatically turn into a wolf and they won't be able to control themselves.
Still magic. Okay.
Still magic.
By this I mean there is no external device, there is no prayer, no incantation. This is human to wolf, click, go.
Yep.
I also, so in this, beast doesn't count. It's an external thing.
Yeah,
Suspicious
that's
beggar.
he falls into the first type. That's a curse that fell upon him.
So the second type would be curse. Curse, by which we mean it has to be an external force.
Most of the time, unwilling and unwanted. But not always. But usually.
Choice, curse, forced. I'm gonna call this one a totem. So, I'm gonna put the suspicious beggar in the totem because he took the blood by choice, but it's an external thing that he has to make use of. The second Dresden book, slight spoilers, has a great example of this. A Hexen wolf, where there is a belt that they have to be wearing that turns them into a wolf. Without belt, no wolf.
Right.
And in the curse, you've got the Luke Guru, which is your classic big wolf, moonlight, silver, etc. I'm going to call the next one aspect. Because this is also brought up in Dresden. The lycanthropes.
Yeah.
They inherit wolf-like traits, but they don't turn into wolves. So,
Don't they turn in the later novels?
that gang never turns into a wolf. They just get
Oh,
stronger.
you're talking about the game specifically, not... Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. There were 3 different types in that Dresden universe.
Yes.
And you're talking specifically the biker game, which only can turn mentally into wolves.
Correct. They don't actually change.
They just go mentally feral.
The kids, the alpha, they would be magic.
Yeah.
They were trained by the she-wolf to change. So, I think these 4 types cover pretty well. Item. That's not a P, that was supposed to be a Q. I'm going to call this equipped item. An aspect, no change. So, on the magic front, I think we can 100% agree, Fursona. You are making a choice to become a wolf.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you are choosing to become an animal, you are most likely a furry. Every druid in D&D is a furry. They just don't want to admit it.
Even if you're an owl bear, you're a furry.
Owl bears are definitely a furry. They're an owl and a bear. That's imaginative shit. That
Side
falls
note.
into furry.
Side note. I know there are furries, and I know there are scalies.
Yep.
Owl bears have feathers.
There are avians as well.
Avians. That's the name.
Yep. I know a couple griffins. I know a couple birds. I actually know an eagle. He's a nice guy.
So, magic, yes, definite.
Magic, yeah. If you fall into the magic category, you are definitely a furry. You are choosing that shit.
Big green check. Ding. Curse.
Curse.
If it is forced upon you, can you call it a fursona?
You possibly can. Just because you're cursed doesn't mean you don't like it.
In your example of a blind person, if they were transformed, their other senses would absolutely help them. A blind wolf is in no way as diminished as a blind human.
Yeah. I would argue if you're cursed, you're probably falling into the maybe category.
Blue question mark.
Yeah. I would say that you aren't making the conscious choice to do this, but maybe you like it. Most examples won't, but there's gonna be an exception to the rule, obviously.
So your forced curse is your gateway to fursonas?
Yeah, I would say so.
So you would say that
I would say that if you wound up at a furry convention and it's a full moon and you just happen to be there by accident, you would have furries lining up and be like, bite me, motherfucker. Bite me. Give me that curse shit.
Mr. Cursed Beast here, after being turned into a human, started shopping around for fursuits, maybe?
I mean, he spent so many years underneath all that fur, he's gonna get cold at night. And let's be honest, Belle only had eyes for the beast. She didn't have eyes for a human. That's why in all the sequels, he's still a beast.
Totem. Now, I would say that totem falls... Your fursuit is your totem. To the actual community, your fursuit is effectively your totem. You are equipping an item, you become the animal.
In a sense, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Another green check.
Yeah.
Now, here's where I'm going to be contentious. I argue the aspect, not a fursona. No physical change, no fur... Okay, no fur change.
Okay, I would agree that it's not a fursona, but I would argue that they are furries. They want to be wolves. They want so bad to be animals and wolves that they do the mental change. And I know some furries that do, and I've ran into a couple furries that do fucking go into mind shift mode. Most of them run conventions because they need to get into overdrive to get through the 48 hours of no sleep.
So I'll put that as another blue question mark. I am squarely on the no, but Poker makes an excellent argument for that, for the mindset.
I would do a slash. I would do a check on furry, a no on fursona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hello, Snowflake. We are in a debate on if werewolves are furries.
We got through this a lot quicker than I expected to.
Well, there is one more werewolf type that we didn't really talk about yet.
Really?
Yeah. And it is the wolf becoming human.
Ooh.
If they are furries or not. And there is no better example of this than Spice and Wolf, in my opinion. The anime.
So,
she is an animal.
I'm going to call this reverse.
The reverse. She is an animal, but she becomes a human to blend in human society.
Okay, this one I'm actually going to argue for a green check because, as we have stated, there are many different kinds of furry. You got your base vanilla furries. You've got scalies. You've got avians. I'm sure there are shark boys out there. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are salamanders, axolotls, dragons, you name it, we got it. So, would you argue that a wolf choosing to be human is adopting a fursona that is simply human?
I would argue no. just to make it more interesting. So, the whole point of... So, a major part of furries is creating a character of yourself similar to a kitsune. Kitsune is a good point. Kind of in a way, yeah.
I guess the question is, what's the most important part about the furry/fursona argument? Is it the change, or is it the result?
That's a good question. In my mind, in the case of Spice and Wolf, she is a wolf that is trying to turn into human.
What is her name?
Just Spice and Wolf. Oh, fuck, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, we got lucky there.
Yes, we did.
So yeah, she kind of turns into like a Neko-ish sort of character there.
See, on this one, I would, like you said, Neko, she's not full human.
She's not full human, so she's kind of furry-esque, but I would argue that she's more trying to become human than trying to become animal, because she's already animal. Oh, okay, yep, Snowflake says she is the goddess of harvest.
Oh, well, if she's a goddess, she gets to call herself whatever the heck she wants.
True, but...
So, then I would say...
The desire, I think, is more to blend in and be human.
Raftalia.
Okay, yeah.
Not a goddess. I know she's not a goddess.
She's not trying to be human, though. She's just trying to live her life.
She exists. Her entire race is like this, where they are half animal, half person.
Yeah, and that is quintessential furry. That is what a lot of furries strive to become. I would agree that, yeah, furry.
So let's drive it back to the original question that sparked this whole thing. The basic idea that everyone starts out with for what is a furry. You are a person that puts on a fursuit.
Don't have to put on a fursuit.
Right, okay, so fursona. You are a person that puts on a fursuit and adopts a fursona.
Minus the fursuit part, but you got the gist.
So, the idea is, you are this, you become this. Raftalia is that. She does not change. She does not become a raccoon.
In our world, in our views, yeah, furry and hot.
But not a fursona, because that is her persona.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the point I was trying to get to with Spice and Wolf, is that's more of her persona than her fursona. With Raftalia in her own world universe, that's just the normal. That's just the beastkin. That's just...
It just is.
Yeah, that's just like her skin color is to us in our world. It's just her.
So then...
But I guess Reverse Wolf... Yeah.
We gotta add second marks for all these, because I forgot. Alright. So. Transformation by choice. Furries.
Absolutely. Check on both.
And a fursona. Yes.
Yeah.
So
why
yes,
not?
they are furries. Yes, it is a fursona.
Yep.
If you are forced by a curse to take the shape. Furries.
Ooh, okay, so if you... at that point, you're not wanting it. It's something that's been forced upon you. I would argue not a furry, because you're not wanting to do this.
And yet, I would follow up by saying it is a fursona.
Technically, I guess it would be a fursona if we are going about it this way. One person's curse is another person's blessing. Exactly, Jonas.
Poker had a great diatribe about that I think you may have missed. It was...
Yeah, so if a werewolf that cannot control themselves gets dragged to a fur con, they may not want it, but there's going to be a line of people going, bite me, bite me, bite me. Give me that shifting juice.
I mean, just look at everybody in the wake of Twilight.
Oh God, let's not relive it. Let's not relive high school in the first year of college, shall we? Dated myself there. All right, totem equipped item.
I'm arguing yes for Sona. It is.
Yeah, yes for Sona. It's the end result. It's what they want. And then yeah, yes furry, because it's
What they want.
yeah, it's what you want. You are mentally choosing to be that.
I am on the hill of
Oh yeah.
absolutely a persona for the reverse. Even though it's to a human, what is our persona is not necessarily her persona.
True. But it's a animal becoming human. That's the exact opposite of the furry idea.
But to her, isn't that kind of like okay, an otter wearing a person suit or a trench coat. An otter wearing a trench coat. That is the otters or the three otters fursuit. Wouldst thou agree?
Counterpoint. If there were a lot of people with that kind of mindset of them of, hey, I want to become human, would they may want to move the picture up of her so that they can see, so chat can actually be shown. Would she go to a fur con or a human con?
I would say a fur con or a human con.
Exactly. So she's not wanting to be a furry. She's wanting to be a human. In that wolf to human. Now, that's not all their mentality. Some of them are just like, hey, I'm just blending in with human society, and then I'm going back to nature being a wolf because that's what I truly am. In that case, yes, furry. But in the other case...
The point I'm arguing is what they define as a furry would be different. So, contextually...
Okay, contextually, yeah.
What we call a furry, no. That is not a fursona. But what she... Because remember, the reason it's a fursona is this is standard.
Yeah.
To use Jonas as an example, Bone Dog, not standard, a fursona. For her, the wolf is standard, the human is not. And I've got all this fur here.
Okay, yeah. You know.
Yes!
Okay.
We got a yes for a fursona.
Other self-desired self. You know what? That kind of wins it for me, is what Jonah's saying. Other self versus desired self. So yeah, I would argue. So I would agree.
However,
persona.
I'm gonna say an X on the furry.
X
Because
on the furry.
she was attracted to the loup-garou guy, who turned into a wolf. She liked what she was. She liked concurrent with what she was. It wasn't liking different than what she was. Which is kind of where I'm picking up a definition.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So, wolf, no. I mean, furry, no. Fursona, yes, technically.
So, what we've got here is a lot of checks saying that werewolves, absolutely a fursona. I am being drowned by chat.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Gargle, gargle.
Oh my god, chat is so huge.
I'm gonna scoot you over here. Now I'm blocked. So, werewolves, yes, fursona, on the being furries.
I think that's something we can agree on. Do we want to move to another topic?
If we move to another topic, we will have to do it in a different video. But I feel that a lot of great progress has been made today in honor of werewolves and furries everywhere. I'm losing my finger.
For a first debate that was a clusterfuck with no idea what was going on, this has been... It's been something.
Do I have chat box? I have chat box.
There we go.
I don't want to be drowned by chat. So there you go.
Yeah.
Werewolves. On the large, we're still aspects count as werewolves. So overall,
Yeah, furries.
personas. Furries, maybe.
Yep.
We've got 2 X's for furries.
Yeah, we got 2 X's on furries, 1 X on the persona. Yeah.
So I'd say
Yeah.
furry. It depends on the person.
Let's see here. If this is 100%, 4, 6, 8, 10. You know, that's a 7 out of 10 on being on furries and personas. So that's a C.
Lupin should not like his... Okay, so where I started with the Lupin argument is Lupin didn't turn into much of a wolf. Like... That don't look like any wolf I've ever seen. That looks like a hairless dog.
Have you never seen a Chihuahua bred with a dachshund?
I cannot say I have.
It's kind of close to that.
When I think wolf, I gotta say it, I think Jacob. I know, but he turned into a great big old wolf. Luna? Luna who?
Are you talking Hello Boss Luna? Or are you talking Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter?
Artistic license on the part of the director. How was he described in the book?
In the book, I believe... he's going upstairs to ask the expert.
Not even ask the expert. We're going to the source material.
Oh, shit. He's actually grabbing the book. Okay, I probably said the wrong species, but I'm thinking like the classic Taco Bell dog with like one of the racetrack dogs bred. I'm kind of overhearing a conversation behind me about a kid biting a knee.
Don't yawn now.
I'm only yawning because I am recovering from Pride still.
All right.
Greyhound, thank you. Yeah. How are we doing tonight, chat? We having a good time?
Yada yada. Yada. Okay, we're still in the thing.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if he looks through this entire thing and it turns out he picked up the wrong book.
It's Prisoner of Azkaban. This has Lupin.
Oh yeah, you do. Snowflake. Did Citrino relief for AC?
Yeah, they absolutely messed that one up. It said his head was lengthening. Check. So was his body. Double check.
Check.
His shoulders were hunching.
Kind of works in that picture.
Hair was sprouting visibly on his face and hands. Absolutely not. Like, we have the...
That one kind of has it.
That's like... some fur.
Yeah, that one's got it.
But the next one... which were curling into clawed paws.
Check.
Those are not paws, those are hands.
They're werewolf claw.
Look at that. They're hands.
Okay, that one's more hand-like, but...
There you go. Look
Okay,
hands.
yeah, they just gave him fingernails. That's it.
That's tiny. But, yeah. Those are hands, not paws.
Yeah.
And
So-
the enormous bear-like dog. The only dog I would compare to a bear is a Tibetan Mastiff.
Oh my god, yeah. Those things are huge. Big cuddle bears.
So,
But, yeah, like we were arguing, talking about before, is it a fursona? Technically,
Chow chow.
yeah. Chow chow. Mouse. Yes, mouse. But yeah.
I would love for this to turn into a I hate what they did to Lupin's design in the movie. But that's not the point.
Yeah, point being, cursed force transformation for werewolves. Fursona, yes, but
Definitely
not a furry because he doesn't mentally want to choose that. At least under the parameters that we have chosen. This has been
a journey. It actually turned out a whole lot more positive than I expected it to.
honestly you and me both.
So, if anybody asks you the incredibly strange question, are werewolves personas?
The answer is yes.
And after you have checked their mental faculties, and they then follow up with the question, are werewolves furries?
Yeah.
I would say that debate is pretty well covered.
I mean, for the two of us being idiots with little prep time, yeah, I'd say so. Unless chat's got anything to add here.
We'll give them a solid couple seconds to respond.
Yeah.
If they like being the wolf, then yes.
Yeah, that's the entire point of furries. Do you like being the wolf? Do you want to be the wolf? Then yeah.
Do we need to bring up the slightly weird Rome at the Greco-Rome at the spawn of Christianity, the dream self becoming a physical wolf entity? Does that need to be brought up? Werewolves are weird, man.
That falls into the kind of the aspect style.
Werewolves
doesn't it?
From the underworld. You know what? I would actually put that under.
From Underworld.
Oh.
Can you pull some up?
I know what she's talking about now. Not Resident Evil. There we go. I remember they were called lichens. Do we have an actual... That is what Lupin should have looked like.
That is exactly like what Lupin should have looked like. Oh my gosh.
And I would absolutely put the lichens... Also, by the way, absolutely phenomenal artwork there.
Oh, that
is a bear.
That is gorgeous.
I would call that under magic.
I'd call that husband material. Hubba hubba.
I might have to go in and save that artwork, make it a background or something, because that's just incredible.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, now comes to the question. Is that a magic or is it a curse? Because the idea of the magic is you're making a choice, and we define curse as forced, but if the lichens were forced with a curse but chose to master it, does it then become magic?
If it started off as a curse, they just had the mental change of, yeah, I like this shit. So the way I can probably put this into a more modern perspective on your question here is, your good buddy Pokerwolf drags you to a fur con against your will.
That seems like something that could happen.
And then all of a sudden you start enjoying it after some time. And then all of a sudden, uh-oh, I'm a scaly now.
Truly a curse.
Truly a curse, but you do kind of like it, right? That's the argument we're making here, right? I'm not too far off. I am crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Off the mark, anyways.
Oh my goodness. Is he a fursona?
No, John's a cat.
He's backing away slow, like, I don't want to be part of this.
He has no human characteristics, so he's not a furry character. I can't read that. Can you read it out?
The Iron Druid series has wares that were forced to change during the classic full moon, but can choose to change outside of it, although a little less powerful. I would say the power of it doesn't really matter for the discussion.
That's more of a cursed and magic combination sort of thing.
And that's what it comes down to. We had to define our terms.
Yeah. With
all of this is magic, technically.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
The only reason I made magic its own section is because you've got wolves that want to be wolves. Twilight, the alphas, the Lycans. Curse or no, they're making their choice.
Yep.
I want this. And the Wares from Iron Druid, which I haven't read,
they were forced to change, so it's a curse. But, I mean, okay, in this respect, the Iron Druids, were they originally forced and cursed into becoming werewolves, or was that a choice they made once upon a time, and now through their bloodlines, it's kind of a curse?
follow-up question. If you get bitten by the were-shark, what's the ratio of survival rate? I need the survival rates on being bitten by a were-shark.
You know what? I need that too. What are the survival rates, Jonas? We need the survival rates. Where is the math?
I want math. I want tables on my desk. Because if you get bitten by a wolf,
Tables on my...
but let's be honest. If you
My
get
mind's
bitten
on.
by a
I'm
wolf-
sorry, my mind's on wrestling. So when you say tables on my desk, I'm just thinking two tables stacked on top of each other, and then just a fucking body is dropping through them all.
Has there ever been a wrestler that went into the ring in a some kind of first? Wait, hold on. Now we're starting to ask the questions about wrestler personas versus fursonas.
Oh boy, and there are examples I can get into.
Give me an example.
Look up Mr. Cat.
Which company?
He's an indie guy, so if you just look up Mr. Cat and then wrestling at the end, wrestler.
Google doesn't even. Oh my god!
Meet Mr. Cat. He is a UK wrestler who actually runs his own indie fed, or used to before COVID hit. He actually wrestles in that full fursuit.
He's a champion.
Yeah,
He's a fucking champion.
Fun fact, back when I ran a furry convention and we had a storyline, in the storyline I was going to go through a table. He was one of the people I reached out to on tips on how to take a table bump. He's the reason I survived that bump.
Is he a cool guy?
Oh yeah, he's a real cool guy.
That's awesome. Mr.
Yeah.
Cat, we salute you.
Yeah.
I have the gift of Bone Dog slamming you through a table.
Yeah, I do too. I'll have to send it to you later. But yeah, it's a yeah. And fun fact, he actually has wrestled against some former WWE superstars. One of them from the 205 Live series. I can't remember the name.
I'm sorry, but anybody that can actually wrestle in a fursuit and not literally sweat themselves to death is a freaking champion.
Yeah, he's the only one that does the full fursuit. If you're looking now for non-full fursuit, in the United States, there's one that comes to mind. Big Cat Scott Hall, I believe his name is. Big, B-I-G.
Did I say big?
Yeah.
What, you don't want a cat dressed up as a lighter?
I'm just scared Scott Henson, that's it. Him.
I'm going to pull up that picture because he looks adorable.
Yeah, he wrestles with a tail, with those gloves. He actually has his own furry wrestling stable called the Fur Horsemen.
The Fur Horseman.
Yeah, it's two cats and one wolf furry. Actually, there's their personas in the bottom right corner there.
Oh, I got to click it, don't I?
Yeah, that's the Fur Horsemen.
But there's only 3 of them.
That's why it's fur, not four.
Fair enough.
They're missing a letter there.
I'm
yeah.
learning so much.
If you're looking for... Now, the most famous example of a furry wrestler is Tiger Mask, I believe.
Tiger Mask. No. That's just a guy with a mask.
That's just a guy with a cat mask, no. Tiger Mask wrestler, yep.
How old is this?
Oh, he's I
We're
think
not bringing up drugs, Bunny. No.
no. I maybe later, Jonas. Maybe later. I'm not sure if I can get away with drugs, buddy, on this live stream. But Tiger Mask is one of the. He wrestled more during the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. He actually has his own anime, I believe.
I'm learning so much.
Let me just pull the title again just to make sure.
But the question becomes, is that a fursona? It is effectively nothing more than a mask. Does that qualify as a fursona?
I mean, he's wearing the mask. He's choosing to be the tiger. I'd say yes, fursona. Questionable on the furry portion. And yeah, he does have his own anime. It's called Tiger Mask W.
You know I have to look this up.
Yeah, it's a series that premiered on October 2nd, 2016, and has 38 episodes. It's not bad. It's decent.
No, the animation looks... Well, I shouldn't say animation. The artwork looks phenomenal.
And there's another. Hold on. There's an. Now, if you're wanting an example of a wrestler who is without a doubt a furry, Google search Kemono Michi. That's Kemono space Michi.
I didn't mean to type rise up.
That's part of the title. It's fine. That first one there. This is a wrestling isekai where
Okay.
he's the world champion,
I just got flashbanged by that.
but all he wants to do is run an animal shop and an animal rescue. So he goes to another world and he does just that with anthropomorphic people.
Sidetrack. You watch weird stuff, man.
I watch isekais. They're inherently weird. They are inherently fucked up. And I've sent you a link to this before.
Wow.
I will watch this with you again. It's good.
Again? I've never seen this.
I also threw it and watched it again. I'm sorry, but when you have an isekai anime and one of the first scenes is your main character taking a princess to Suplex City, just chef's kiss. That's all it can be, because it's so damn good.
All Superman needs to be Clark Kent is glasses. A mask is enough. Are you trying to claim that Clark Kent is Superman's fursona?
Yeah, that works. Deep inside, he's Superman. But, like, deep down inside, I'm Pokerwolf. But, you know, average day by day, business, day job, I'm really Clark Kent. I'm really a guy who made a board game. And if you want to know my real name, buy my game.
This is...
Shameless plug! Sorry.
Oh, no.
It's over there.
You want to get full shameless?
Oh, I'll get full shameless if you'll let me.
Fully shameless.
No honor on thieves. Oh, there we go. There's no glare there. There we go. Almost. There we go. No honor on thieves. Buy my game. Where? Ringtailcafe.com.
I would not count Nightcrawler being a fursona because that is his actual... That is what he looks like. There is no change. From all the things we've seen, change is necessary.
Not always. I mean, in terms of the werewolves argument, yes. In terms of is Nightcrawler a furry, that's where we're getting into some more tricky areas.
Okay, good point.
Because if you look at him, he's more of a...
Devil?
Yeah, he's more of a devil look. He's not so much an animal look. If you're wanting like an X-Men with a more animalistic look, I mean, fucking Beast. Yeah, you would have to ask Nightcrawler if he was a furry. Beast? Yeah, he's... Look at him. That's a fursona. That's a furry. I'm sorry.
considering that this is how he started, this was Beast's original appearance in the comics, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that begs the question. Since his original appearance, Beast has been permanently blue and furry. If you cannot remove the fur, is it still a fursona? At what point does a fursona stop being a fursona?
When it's permanent, I guess it's no longer it all comes down to the world it's in. If he is in our world currently, that's just a permanent fursona in my mind. Now, in his own world, he's a mutant. That's just what they're all called. And but in our world, he would just be locked up by the government and tested on inhumanely.
I laugh, but it's true.
Yeah, if he's a furry or not, you would have to ask the character in every situation. But for the sake of not being able to ask these characters, I'd argue, yeah, furry.
Now, obviously, I want to finish this off with the best possible result, with the best possible thing.
Drugs, buddy?
No, we're going to ask Google.
Okay.
I
Are we
didn't
there
even
yet?
think that. Werewolves. It's the fourth one down. Are werewolves furries?
Werewolves are zoomorphic people. Zoomorphism means a person with animal traits, so no, werewolves are not furries.
I disagree.
I think this conversation has basically...
I disagree with this answer categorically because... Okay, I think the argument they're making is the werewolf did not put on an outfit. It is
Yeah, but furry is more than just the outfit. It's more than just...
something inside.
It's something aside, yeah.
So if they make the choice...
If they make the choice, yes, furry. If they didn't make the choice...
No furry.
No, it's a disability.
Okay. And it's still a fursona.
It's a kick-ass disability, but it's a disability.
That is a furry.
That's 100% a furry.
That is a furry.
Actually, wait. Do I know what anime that's from?
It's not Beastars, I can tell you that.
No, that might actually... Can you... Hold on. I'm so scared if you click on that link.
Oh no, it's from Korra. Is having an interest in werewolves, like from anime, does that make you a furry?
Can you right-click and do a reverse image search on that? Search image with Google. Come on, it is from Kimono Nichi. I knew it! I fucking knew it!
He's brilliant. Animorphs. Oh boy.
Oh, Animorphs. Those kids choose to become the animals. I would say, yeah. They're willingly choosing to become the animals.
Side note.
Some of those books are really fucked up, though.
Side note. Why didn't Tobias just go to his own bedroom and touch like a hairbrush or something instead of just resigning himself to being a hawk for the rest of his life?
Right, like...
But they didn't do it out of personal pressure. They do it to fight the Yerk. Writing was weird.
Yeah, the writing in the books was weird, and I never really got too into it as a kid.
I just like the pretty pictures.
Which is weird. Yeah, I mean, the pictures were fucking cool, but I just couldn't really get into it. Yeah, they didn't do it out of personal pleasure. But you also don't join the army out of personal pleasure. You do it because you have the power and you want to kill some dudes.
Cassie definitely... Well, okay, look. Cassie mastered it to the point where they explicitly state she chose to turn back from a bird in a way that would leave her with angel wings. The books are phenomenal for the age that they were directed at. I will say that.
As an adult, yeah, you're going to find plot holes everywhere.
But seeing as they're directed at preteens, middle school.
She also what, a centaur?
Pulled a centaur.
Oh,
Cassie
yeah, yeah.
was the one that had mastered changing to the point where it didn't hurt anymore. Jake, the main character, when he turned into a tiger, they openly, I think it was the first book, they stated that it hurt. His muscles going big like that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Tobias, I shouldn't know this much, but the TV show was actually halfway decent.
I mean, you're just practicing for when your daughter gets older. That's all.
My daughter's going to read the Circle of Magic series.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, I think the result is we disagree with Google. And werewolves can be furries and fursonas.
Yeah, I think the lesson that we have learned here today with our 3 viewers is that Google is wrong and doesn't know shit.
I can agree with that.
High five.
High five. Debate. So, first debate. I will let you choose how outro goes.
This has been Tuesday Night Debate with Dascoot and Poker. If you liked what you saw, please give it a follow, like, subscription, however Twitch or YouTube works. If you want to see more, please follow twitch.tv/thatwaygaming or twitch.tv/pokerwolf. Or, hey, click that subscribe button. Why haven't you clicked it yet? Click it! Click it! Do it now! Do it now!